and welcome back to the second part of this tutorial. Okay, now what I'm trying to do is I'm going to enter some data in here. So let's go to the design. So make sure it is selected, the proof of ID. And I'm going to come here, you see the model, click on that. So I'm going to leave out one space. The first proof of ID, let's make that pilot license. Then we have driving license. Student ID, passport. I think that'll be all, so that's fine. Now let's go to the other one here. Come right here, select this. That's member type. So member type can be annual, quarterly, monthly, or weekly. There. So that's taken care of. Now the cost for membership. So select that and come right here to the model. Come right down. The first cost will be for annually is 150, followed by, let's say about 30. That's 37 pounds for quarterly. And then we have £12.50, and finally we have £2.89, £2.89p. Right, and just click on there. Or maybe we should even do one thing. Let's come in here and just up here, let's say select membership fee. Let's just enter membership fee there. Right, so you can always select that, and here membership type. Okay, and finally here we have a proof of the proof of ID. There. Okay, so let's increase this font size for these three. Come in here and just gonna make it about 18 bold. Alright, that's much better. Okay, and all of these, they all have names now. So the next thing we want to do now is let's double click on the exit button. Double click on that, come right down here, and let's enter the following lines of code for the exit. So first of all, I'm going to create an object there. So I just call that, let's say frame equals new frame. New, no, that should be JFrame. JFrame, and this JFrame, I'm going to give it an alias called exit. There. Right. So let's enter semicolon here. Now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to use selection statement to determine the option made. So I'm going to say select J option pin dot, or like it to show dialog. There we go. And this dialog, I actually want this to take in 4 arguments. So the first argument is going to be the object frame. Okay, enter it, make sure there's a comment there. And the second argument here, we make that, I'll just say confirm. So that's my second argument, confirm if you want to exit, and comma. The third argument is going to be the name of my system, I will call that data entry form. There, that's the third argument. The fourth argument, let's come right here, copy that. The fourth argument, press enter. Try that again. Yeah, paste that in there. The fourth argument is going to determine what method we want to use, yes or no, or option. So let's go for yes, no option. Okay, now and here I'm going to say equals J option plain equals yes, no option. There we go. And right here I would enter a curly braces and just say, okay, if you want to exit, then if the selection made is yes, then system dot exit. There, and that's it. So let's take care of this error here. It's just a comma that is required here. There we go. Yeah, see that gone. So that's our exit taken care of. Okay, and for that very exit to work, you must make sure you have private JFrame. Alright, that's fine with the exits. Now let's just try it out and just run that and see how that works. Okay, run. Click on exit. No, I don't want to exit. Yes, I do want to exit. And look at all my, this is my first argument. No, this is my first argument, second argument, third argument, and the fourth argument. Okay, 4 arguments that I have in there in total. So I'm going to say yes, I want to exit. Now let's take care of this reset. Come right down here. I'm going to use try catch try, and underneath here we need a catch as well. I think it's going to be catch should be exception EV, and come right down here. There we go. And here the very first item I would like to clear. Let me look for their names right there. Here. So okay, let's clear this very first one. Yes, select that, and the name is okay, JTXTref. Copy that. Let's go back to my reset. Double click on reset right there. Let's paste that in there. JTXTref dot set text equals, I'm just going to say null value. Yep. So I'm going to copy this, and the next one is JTXT's first name, and I'm going to just paste that. Yeah, that's correct. Surname, paste. Address, JTXT address, paste. I also have JTXT telephone, paste. JTXT date, paste. I do have date. That's wrong. Okay, yeah, let's try JTXT prove. There. Oh, prove is not there as well. Okay, then I'm going to change this one to postcode is there. This is wrong. Let's see. Okay, that's a combo box. No, that's a dates chooser. Okay, we change that to JTXT. No, it's just gonna be J dates chooser. will be date. Changes to date. Set date, and the dates I want you to set it to know that this first one is number 1 and there's another one number 2. I have 2 of those there, and number 2, clear number 2 as well. Okay, for the dates, then we have the various. I think I have three combo box as first one. Okay, JTXT proof. All right. Okay. Yeah, alrighty. I think the properties is wrong. That's what happened. JTXT proof dot. So it's going to be set selected or selected index, and set that to 0. Okay, that's it, taken care of. I have 2 more. JTXT member type dot set selected as well. Right, there's another one. JTXT member fees. There. Okay, in total that should be 11. That's my reset button taken care of. Okay, supposing there's an error, we just want you to catch that very error, so let's take care of that. Alright, so to do that, this is what we need to do. Right here, I'm going to copy this. Now copy this one. Come right in here. Let's paste that here. And get rid of that very comma there. This one, the bracket, I mean. Get rid of that. So I just want it to be a message dialog. Okay, no. Let's make it message. Show message. Show message dialog. I'm going to change this one to message. There. And what message do I want the system to show? I'm going to say no, nothing, but show message from the computer itself. Now that should be EV. There we go. And get rid of this. That is my message. This one will be displayed by the system. So that is fine. Now let's come in here. We can just test it out. Let's run it and see. There. I'm going to enter something in there and select one of these. Date. Enter date in here. Change this. And reset. There we go. That's fine. Proof of ID. Select proof of ID. Let's change that. I think it should be select membership type select. Let's just add select to them. I don't like the way they look like. Exit. Yes. Come back to the design of those 3 items or those 3 objects. Click on that. Back here, select proof of ID. Yeah. So that makes it more clearer that we're just selecting something instead of kind of like repeating the name. Yeah. And here as well. Change this as well. Right. So that is taken care of. Now let's take care of print. Double click on print. There we go. Okay, for this print button, we just start by entering try. So if there's any error, I'd like you to take care of that. There we go. So in here, all I just need to say is table dot print. Undo that. I'll just get rid of all of this. I only want dot print. That's it. There. And in here we enter our error message in here. So I'm going to say Java dot abstract windows tool. This should be lowercase here. Okay, abstract windows tool, and we say dot print. Okay, dot print dot print exception, and that is the system itself. Then come right in here. Now I'm going to enter system. I'd like it to display an error format for me, dot format. And what do you want me to display? I'm going to call that no printer found. There, close that up, comma, and let's say ev.getMessage. There we go. There. Okay, that's my error message for my printer. Now let's see why do we have an error there. Okay, look, graphics. Now it's just meant to be print dot print in lowercase. Change that to lowercase. Okay, that's fine. So print is taken care of now. Now the next thing is we might as well just run it and see. Click on print, and there we go. Printing dialog appears. So now let's take care of these other ones. Well, before I can take care of the delete, because I want that to work with the database, first thing first, for those, we go straight up here. We need to connect our database. Okay, so right underneath this public class, I'd like to connect straight to my database. I'll start by saying connect or connection, and I'm going to give that a name. Connect equals nothing. There we go. Now the next thing I like to do, let's see, why do I have an error? I think because I haven't imported my SQL. That's true, it's not there. So let's import that, and right underneath here I'm going to import SQL and all of the component that we may have in it. So let's say SQL dot star there. And the other thing is I'm going to import swing as well. I already have most of the swing I need, but just to be on a safe side, I might not have it all instead of having error. Okay, as you can see, the error is gone. So now let's add prepare statement. Prepare. That'll be prepared statement. For that prepared statement, I'm going to give it just a variable of pst. That will be equals nothing. Okay, that's my prepared statement. The next one is going to be result set. Let's call that rs. That's going to be nothing as well. Okay, now let's declare a default object for my for my table, so I'm just going to copy that. So let's come right down here and just paste that underneath here. So the object, I'm just going to call it model equals new default table model, enter parentheses. There we go. Now before I continue, the next thing I'd like to do now is I'm going to, let's take care of my, that would be update. So I'm going to write a function in here. I'm going to say void update table, and enter parentheses and semicolon here. Now in there, the variable that I declare up here, this very one, I'm going to say can equals data, that would be data entry class, data entry class dot, okay, I'm going to say dot connect, but connect DB. Okay, this dot connect DB, you guys should be able to find that right here. That is it. I'm referring to this. Okay, inside this very class here. Now let's come in here, go back in there. All right, now let's use an if statement. So if connect or can is not equals to nothing, yeah, then what I want the system to do is use this variable that I call SQL. Okay, I want this variable called SQL to look for as follows. So let's first of all, let's just put this in a quote, curly brackets, and bring this straight into the if statement here. So I want as follows. So let's say select, and that will be the name of my table. Okay, I need the name of my table in here, so they will be in a quote. Select from, let's come in here, you see my table here. I think I have all of the names right here somewhere. Let's go for the table. There we go. So I'm just going to copy that. Yeah, copy, and let's go right up here and paste it right in here. There we go. But I'm going to have to tidy up now, get rid of this because we don't need all of this in there. And get rid of these as well. So just separate it with a comma. So I'm going to speed that up and get back to you guys. Okay, those are the fields for my table taken care of. Alright, up to here. And that is the name of my table, data form. So we're selecting from all of these from the table called data form right there. Now I'm now going to use try catch to do as follows. So what I want to do in there is says prepare equals can dot prepare statements there, and this prepare statement is going to be this variable SQL. So copy that the argument will be SQL and enter semicolon there. Now the next one is going to be result set equals prepared statement dot, I want you to execute whatever query that I have there, execute query semicolon. Now the next thing is I'm now going to create an object, and that object to be in the form of an array of square bracket, object that would be, let me call it column data. Object column data equals new object. And how many data do I have here? If you count it, I have 11. So I'm going to enter 11 columns there and enter semicolon here. Okay, I will now use an iteration here. So let's come down here and just say while result.next. And what do I want the system to do? I want you to grab the following. So let's come out of it, open up a curly braces, and the very first one, the very first item that will be inside this my column data is going to be the first, that will be 0, okay, inside the array, and that is result dot get string, and that string, what is the name? That will be my very first column here, this one. Copy that and paste that in there, semicolon there. Now I'm going to repeat the same thing for the rest, so I might as well just copy this and just change the names around. I have 11 in total, so that's 6. We need 5 more. Copy 5 from here and paste, and come right down here, change this one to 1, 2, 3, and so on. And here this one will become first name that we have in here, first name, and there we go. Then we have surname. We have address here, and let's speed that up. You guys get the whole idea now. Okay, and that's it, all done. So what I will then do is I'm going to call this very model that I have up here, right here. Call that and come right down here. Press enter, and let's say dot add the rows, and the rows that will be inside the argument will be this my array. Copy that and paste it right in here. There we go, and that's it. Now if I use try catch, you see this small error that you're looking at here. Let's just say try, let's just say catch, and what are we catching? That's going to be exception E, and come out of there, let's enter curly braces, and you notice the error is gone. Okay, so in there I'm just going to say J option dot show, and I'm going to use a message box that does show message dialog, and inside our message dialog is going to be, there's nothing but just use the system message. That's it. Okay, that's taken care of. Right, that is my updates done. So you take it from the top here, the update function. That will use that to update the whole system. In fact, this update I'm going to have to call it inside my initialization area, so that it can, once I start running the system, it will initial it right away. Right here, I should be calling that. So let's copy that update and I'll put it there now before I forget. Copy, bring it down here, let it get initialized. There. So inside is initialized, what we have to do in there is I'm going to create an object. I will call that object columns, and this column is going to be the array, and in there let's say equals the following. Let's add them in a curly braces with a quotes each. So this is where my table here come in handy. I'm just going to copy everything on that table again. Okay, this table was generated, this code was generated using after the creation of the table, so makes life easy for me. Once you create your table, you should get that on your system. So let's go back to the initialize, and right there just paste that in there, paste, and I'm going to just press enter here so that you guys can see it all. There we go. Right, and you can see an error there. All I just need to do is enter a semicolon and the error is gone. Now let's call the model itself dot set column. That's going to be column count, column identifier, this very one. And in there we want to select this object that we created. I'm going to double click on that object. That is it. Now let's get our table involved here. Table dot set mode, and in there my table, that is going to be the mode that I declared up there. So all I just need to do now is to get it connected. So let's say initialize, just connect all of these for me. So equals data, so that is going to be this very one here, this class. Okay, the very first class I created, you guys remember, so I'm now using that class here. So come right here, paste that in there, and that is going to be dot connect db, enter semicolon, and get it updated. That's all there is to it. So that's taken care of. Okay guys, so let me draw your attention to something. Remember I copied the table data down here. Those are the information from my table. Okay, and while I was writing that, if you notice, I left some space in there. So this, according to the database that I created for my system, there is no space in here. So I'm going to close that and close this as well. That's it. So that's taken care of. Now all I then need to do is I'm going to, let's come down here. We now need to take care of this very one, add new. So double click on add new and come right down here. Okay, right in here, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this object, simple date format. I want to use that to convert all my dates so that I'll be able to add them straight onto my form. So I'm going to give it just make up an object. I call it d format equals new simple date format. There we go. So that's my object there. Now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to create a string variable that I'll call SQL. I might as well. Then I just say I want you to insert into data form. That's the name of my table. Insert into data form the following. So that's going to be ref number and comma, first name, every single name that I have for my table, comma, surname. I'm going to just speed that up. There we go. I have all my names, all the names of each column there. So what I want to now do is I'm going to say get them by value. And what value are we talking of? The value we don't know because we don't have data for the value. So in there, all you just need to do is I'm going to add question mark in there. So we need 11 of those. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There. Those are my question mark there. I will now use try cache. Try. Let's use lowercase. And underneath here there should be a cache. So I'm going to place a cache here. And that is going to be exception EV. Okay, and what message do I want in there? J option plain dot show message box, and that message box is going, there will be nothing in there, just call the, okay, let's just write something. I'm going to say, let's enter something like system update completed. Okay, so in there we enter system update completed. No, system update incomplete. System update incomplete, because that's an error. Incomplete. Okay, good. Now inside the try cache, the first thing I'm going to do is to call my prepared statement equals con dot prepare statement. That should be, no, that variable is con dot prepare statement, and the statement that I'm talking about is from my SQL. Here is the SQL one, enter semicolon. So let's come down. Yeah, so now prepare statement dot set string, and the very first string, that will be number 1. And what is the name of that? So that's going to be jtxt ref dot get text. Come back in there, that should be get text, enter parentheses there. That is my very first one. The second one is going to be first name followed by surname. So number 2, that's first name, and surname. Okay, surname, that's number 3, and so on, guys. I'm gonna have to speed that up to get all of these fields in here. There we go. I have all of my fields in there. Now I now need to get it executed. So let's say prepare statement dot execute right there. Okay, now I also need to get it closed. I'm going to close the result set first, dot close. Then I will also close my prepare statement dot closed. Yeah, and that's all there is to that. Next thing now is for us to add this, all of those data straight into the table. So I'm going to create an object, default table object. Okay, let's say here default. Right, I'm still right inside the add. Okay, the add button. So we're still taking care of it to add those data straight onto the table. So I will click on add, we should be able to add it. So that is add table mode equals mode, and that is equal to the new table mode. Let's copy this, enter new there, and that will be table mode. Now then, even okay, let's put that now. It should be in brackets. Okay, and that is going to be table dot get mode, get model. Okay, then we now come down, say model dot add rows, add rows, and the role is going to be from the new object. So let's say new object there. That should be in an array. Okay, all right, there should be a curly braces here. Okay, that's it. The arrow there is gone, and it's in a bracket, so we need to close this bracket here as well. Close, there we go. Now right in here, I'm now going to list every single field that I have. So dot get text. I'm now getting all the details from my, no, that should be a comma, all the details from my design here. Let me show it to you guys. Yeah, so that is that. I'll just approach that and to approach the rest now. So the next one is going to be surname. So that is going to be txt. Copy that. JTXT first name. There. One. The next one is JTXT surname. Then followed by JTXT address. There. So I'm just going to speed that up. Okay, to round up the entry for this table, I'm going to now use an if statement. If table dot get, that will be select. Let's enter e dot get selected row equals -1, and let's put that in a quote here. Then we want this to happen. As the first one, we'll use another if statement now. So I'm going to copy all of these, and if table.get row that should be table.get row count equals nothing equals 0. Close that as well. Open a curly braces. In that case, I want this message box to pop up. So let's see, do I have one here? Yeah, I do have one here. So I'm just gonna copy this message box and paste it right in here. So message box, let's say nothing there, and the message is going to be, let's go for data entry form update. Data entry form update. Okay, so here we just, that should be a quote here. So we enter a comma here and let's enter the name of our system. Data entry form. Close, let's say comma, and just come down here, or just say option. That's okay. dot OK option. OK option, where is it? OK option, close that. There we go. So that's the message that will be displayed in there. So that's fine. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just copy this. I'll use it for my update. Copy that. So let's go for my update here. Where is it? Okay, that's it. Double click on update. Right, come right down here. Oh, where is it? Update. Yeah, it's right here. So first of all, I'm going to say update. I think it's called update table, and paste that I've just copied. So that is for update. Okay, this update table, there's a function right up there. Okay, so that is for my update taken care of. Now let's take care of delete. Let's go back in here, design, double click on delete. So right in here, we enter these lines of code for delete. Okay, it's similar to the one I use for update up to here. Okay, now only just add else if here, and that is the whole program taken care of. So we now need to try it out. Okay, let's run it and see what we've got. I'm gonna save it first, then run. Oh, very good, connection made. Oh. And there we go, guys. So let's give it a try. So the reference number, I'm just going to make that up, and the very first name, I'm going to call that Tony Montana. Address number 12, Hall Road. Okay, and telephone number, dates, just make up something there, and the other date, that is the registration date, and this is today's date. So let's come in here. It's a quarterly member, that would be 37 pounds, and postcode. There we go. So decision time, there we go, look at that, and I can even keep adding. So let's check out our delete button. Yeah, that is working as well. That is very good. Look at that, guys. Yeah, let's add more records. Try out the reset. Reset works too. So the next reference, and the name is going to be Paul Parker. Address of Parker, number 1, Gostown Way. Telephone number and date. Let's enter maybe last year. Yeah, and today's date. Annual membership 150, and postcode, that there. So let's add. There we go, guys. Look at that. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoyed, and please do subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to become a member of the channel. Thanks a lot, and you all have a nice day now. Bye for now.